All right, welcome everyone to the Wednesday afternoon Have a Good News meeting. I'm editor and publisher Chris Cobbler. With me as always, to my left,
I'm Becky Cooper, managing editor.
City editor Tony Blindard is on vacation, but we're muddling through. Behind the camera,
Thomas Martinez, digital editor.
So let us know what you think of the stories we're working on, any suggestions you have for stories we should be working on. I'll give you the weather report. It's partly sunny. Is there rain? There's rain in the forecast later today, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to play tennis last night, and then it rained just enough to mess up my tennis game.
You should come to Yoko. It didn't rain in Yoko.
I was hoping it would blow past us, but just enough to mess it up. But I thought there was rain like 4 o'clock. Oh, actually, rain now. Yesterday I saw
sometime this afternoon. Yeah. I stepped out of the building last night to go home. I was like, I didn't know it was raining. And then it rained on me until about Fortran, and then it quit.
Yeah, so I'm just seeing people sign on. Hi, Pat. How's it going? And we'll ask a trivia question. Get time for other people to sign on before we get started with the news. What was Babe Ruth's strategy for keeping his head cool during baseball games in summer weather? And I have no idea, but I had a thought based on his
It's a bandana.
nickname.
What's his nickname?
What's his nickname? You know his nickname, Tom? Babe Ruth?
Sultan of SWAT.
The Sultan of SWAT, yes. And so I could just because he hits home runs, but I thought he might like wrap a wet towel around his head or something. That was my guess.
About putting a wet bandana around his neck.
I don't really know, but that was my guess based on Sultan of SWAT could have nothing to do with that, but maybe. Got a guess, Tom?
Just a cool towel around his neck, just like everybody else is kind of guessing. His head or his neck.
Or maybe he drinks a cold glass of milk.
Cold glass of milk.
Cold glass of something.
Yeah. Back then the stars hit the liquor pretty hard, didn't they? But yeah, my dad used to laugh at that because we always drank milk as a kid. I love milk, and I'd be all sweaty outside and hot, and I go, "Oh, I need a cold glass of milk," and I drink milk, and Dad would say, "Why don't you want water?" So as a kid, I want milk. Anyway, now, however, so many people think milk is bad for you. It's weird. It's changed. When I grew up, they pretty much push milk on you. Now they seem to say it's not healthy.
That's good for you.
It's good for
you. Want to have strong bones.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I never knew so many people were lactose intolerant in my life. Anyway.
But I didn't know these little bitty nuts, that size almonds, can make milk.
Yeah, almond milk. People like that. What about you? Are you a milk drinker, Tom?
I'm not a milk drinker. I don't just drink milk.
Just to drink it? Like with dinner? We drink it with dinner still.
Wow, that's interesting.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. No,
yeah.
I like my milk.
I like my milk more in cereal than just straight in the can.
I used to drink the whole milk. I just went to the 2%, but
that's what we drink.
The whole milk.
I'll drink skim. She made me get 1% instead of 2%, which is what I usually had.
I usually drink 2%.
2% is as low as I want to go.
Yeah, I didn't want to go
lower. You might
lower.
as well be drinking water if you're going to go to water.
But, yeah, I think we're the rare breed that drinks milk at dinner now. And milk with my cereal in the morning. So I get a healthy dose of milk, I'd say, in my diet.
I do milk with cereal, but I'm not going to drink it. I never have really drank it at lunch or supper. How about
with a peanut butter cookie dipped into it?
That's different. That's different.
Or
That's a snack.
Oreo.
That's a snack.
All right. Well, let's get to the news here, and we'll come back to the Babe Ruth question. And I'll say hi to Miranda. So again, anybody type in any questions you got or any comments or what's happening, and we'll get back with you. So in news, we've got the Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony today. Was it over the lunch hour?
No, it's at 6 o'clock.
Oh, 6. So it's half an hour yet. So 6 p.m. you can still make it.
Where's it?
John.
He's doing a split
out at the Spring Creek Event Center.
Oh, probably because of the rain.
They're anticipating rain, yeah.
So
we should have him live.
He's got that listed Facebook Live, so it'll be back on our Facebook page.
He found a family of one of the officers who they always recognize, and he talked to the widow, who's of course since moved on in her life, and talked about him.
Many years ago.
Yeah, and so we have a picture of him. Plus, we'll have a new picture of whatever we take tonight. So.
Great. So it should be a nice angle story he's found. for it. And he's also checking on the shooting death over the weekend in which the Victoria man got arrested for manslaughter, trying to get details on why, the reasons behind those charges, if it's an accidental shooting. Jessica's got a story about a spillway gate leak up at, where is it? Up north of us?
Lake Dunlap near New Braunfels.
Yeah, and so we'll have something posted if we don't already, basically, but then following up more on what that means to the river flow here. And Callie is doing an update on, oh, you typed that in already, on the immigrant memorial, the 19 immigrants who died in the back of the trailer in 2003. We're coming up on the 16th anniversary of that. Actually, it was yesterday, but the ceremony marking it is going to be Saturday, so this is advance to that ceremony. We'll have breakout information on if you go. So
It's at 12:30 Saturday.
Yeah.
Out at what used to be called Chubby's. It's now 7-Eleven. So.
Right. So 7-Eleven or Speedy Stop? No, it's not Speedy Stop. It's 7-Eleven, you're right. Speedy Stop's all sold to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but yeah.
Then we've got our regional roundup with everything going on in the small towns around us. Ross just joined us. How's everything in Port Lavaca, Ross? How's it going? Tom's right there, your buddy. And then we have a story on the Museum of the Coastal Bend. We had Mary just join us. I'll type in, hi Mary. What's going on in the Coastal Bend, Becky?
They're having a hands-on history event this weekend. I believe it's this weekend, where you can make Victorian cards. And it's part of a history lesson.
Make cards. So not Victorian era cards,
Right.
Victoria history cards.
Yeah, they're lacy and frilly and foo-foo stuff.
Well, that's sort of Victorian era cards too.
Right.
Anyway, but the name of Victoria has nothing to do with the Victorian era.
Right.
So,
Trivia, who is Victoria named after?
Guadalupe de Victoria, a Mexican governor from about 1826 time.
Very good.
Yeah. Not Queen Victoria. Paul was trying to convince Nicole that her middle name was for Queen Elizabeth, which is, she was actually believing him enough to call us. I said, what, you think we never told you that before? You think, whatever.
And she's how old, and she didn't know how she was named?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't know.
Wow.
Other than Paul was doing a good job of pulling her leg, I guess.
Wow.
Then we have an advance on the school board meeting of the ISD. Newly elected school board member Mike Mercer will be sworn in. The board's also going to be talking about resolutions concerning STAR testing. That superintendent's column kind of outlined all that in, was that today or yesterday's paper? I always forget. I lose track of my days.
I think it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah. But I had a good long column on that. And Get Out are features on this new venue up in Hallettsville, where you apparently can get some great food, event center and culinary business. It's called the Callisto Culinary Twin Oaks, something like that.
Yeah, it's the ranch has been in one of the people's families for a long time.
Sounds good. Sounds like Mother's Day was sold out there.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day, by the way. And
I did. I didn't see my mother. Hopefully that wasn't picked up.
We're up in Austin. Had a nice time with the kids.
Good.
Then spent way too much money. Ouch.
That was for your wife.
I know.
Your children's mother.
Yeah.
You gotta justify it.
We gotta eat at Whataburger. I should have got your coupons. And
too late now. I got it.
Yeah. Victoria Public Library is having a lot going on. Book sale and other events going on. So that's all in Get Out. Everything you need to know about Get Out. Whatever Joe Fryer movie he's reviewing too. I want to go see. My sister said it was a fun movie. I mean, a comedy. What's it called? With Charlize Theron in it and Seth Rogen. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it's supposed to be funny. I mean, just kind of diversion movie. Certainly not an Oscar contender. The fashion column this week can Get Out too, I think.
Yes.
And of course, Tony Vasquez is spotted all around town. All the people he spots. And let's see.
He must not stay home much.
In sports, I like the story Mike had today on the pole vaulter who's afraid of heights. I thought that was a great story angle and good photo. And Sam had a clever headline: "Don't look down." And that is sort of what he does to to defeat his fear of heights by pole vaulting, and I could see it. You concentrate on your hands first, and then where you plant the pole, and then where your body is as you're going up, and stuff. And he says he never looks down while he's doing all this. So that's one way of defeating your fear of heights.
What's the highest he's jumped? Or vaulted, whatever.
I don't remember. I was in there, but I don't remember the number of the story. But at Woodsboro, they got quite the program going. But in sports for tomorrow, we've got the West Spring game going on today at 5, so we'll be covering that. We have an advance in the Yoakum playoff game, baseball. We've got a West athlete, Brianna Young, who committed to NAI school, and advanced to the Victoria East Spring game, which is coming up tomorrow. Then we've got a state advance. Goliad is doing well in state tennis.
Their coach sent us some pictures this morning.
Right. Softball, baseball, playoff pairings. What's going on in the NBA, Tom? Where are we now?
Houston handled Portland pretty easily, or Golden State handled Portland pretty easily last night.
Yeah.
And Toronto and Milwaukee played tonight.
So we need a good Houston Golden State follow-up.
Houston's not playing anymore.
We need a second day angle. So, yeah, they're still playing the series. That's just the first game of the series.
Portland.
Oh, Portland. Sorry.
They lost to the Warriors, right?
Yeah, 16 or 17 points or something like that.
And let's see what else we've got going on. On the State Digest, do we have that down here?
It's
No,
not
I guess
on
we
here.
don't. I'll switch over real quick to look at the AP app to see what's big in the wire. While I'm doing that, I'll tell you the answer to the trivia question. What was Babe Ruth's strategy for keeping his head cool during baseball games in the summer? And it is... I was not right. Neither was anybody else. Ruth placed chilled cabbage leaves under his baseball cap.
Cabbage.
Chilled cabbage leaves.
How weird.
All right, that's weird. I don't remember reading that in my Babe Ruth biography, but maybe I missed it. We've got
But that stunk after a while.
stories about Alabama's abortion ban bill, story about the U.S. and Iraq and the tensions there, story about FAA chief facing questions after the Boeing 737 MAX airliner problems, and students in the Colorado shooting facing charges. That looks like about it as far as the top stories. And on Texas, anything pop up? Let's see. No, nothing yet. So anyway, if you have suggestions or tips, Becky will be here all evening. Hopefully it won't rain too hard on the drive home.
Hopefully it'll be cleared out by the time I get home.
Yeah. But we'll be here. Give us a call at 574-1222. Peace out.